What have you been looking for?
The strawberries taste like strawberries.
What have you found?
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Scary.
Snozberries? Who ever heard of a snozberry?
Have you figured it out yet?
We are the music makers. And we are the dreamers of dreams.
The film studio A24 has brought us kicking and screaming into a brave new world with an announcement that really hits me right in the feelies. What is up, dweebs? Kev here to talk with you about the smell of blueberry pie being added to theaters during an important scene in A24's The Heretic, starring Hugh Grant. So grab a coffee and pop a soma if you have one. Let's see just what the hell is going on here. Now, spoiler alert for the film, light spoilers here. If you've watched our preview review, you'll kind of already have an idea of what is going on. But full disclosure, going through this article here written by Ethan Schanfeld, we will spoil some early scenes. All right, so you've been warned. If you're not interested in having that ruined for you, get out now. We'll see you in a future video. Don't worry about that. So here we go. A24's Heretic will make these movie theaters smell like blueberry pie during one pivotal scene. A Variety exclusive. A24 will make certain movie theaters smell like blueberry during a pivotal scene of the upcoming Hugh Grant horror film Heretic. The movie company partnered with Joya Studio to bring multi-sensory screenings exclusively to Alamo Drafthouse theaters nationwide. Thank God it's nowhere near me. The immersive movie-going experience will take place at advanced screenings on October 30th, ahead of the film's November 8 release date in the United States. Well, at least it's a limited run, and this won't be in every showing because I don't love to smell blueberries. So you're kicking me completely out here. Went from fan to out in the streets. A24, damn you. Back to the article. Heretic follows two young missionaries, Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East, who knock on the wrong door and meet the diabolical Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant. As shown in the trailer, they tell Mr. Reed they aren't allowed to enter his house without another woman present, and Mr. Reed assures them that his wife is baking a blueberry pie in the kitchen. As the missionaries discuss the importance of religion with Mr. Reed, he goes into the kitchen to check on the pie. Once he's in the other room, the young women spot a blueberry pie scented candle on the table. Bum, bum, bum. Leading them to the horrifying realization that there is no pie and there is no wife. Their faith is soon tested as they fight to escape his death trap. Pause from the article momentarily. So there you have it. There's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be at the doorway or while they're talking. So you're going to have the scent of blueberry so that you too can be tricked by Hugh Grant, for my money, completely unnecessary addition to this film. But we'll save my ranting as much as we can for the end. Back to the article. Tickets to the multi-sensory screenings at Alamo Drafthouse are available for purchase at that link. Go ahead, knock yourself out. All other advanced screenings will have exclusive treats and scratch and sniff cards. Woo! new that will immerse viewers in the film. Will it? I lied, okay? Sorry, gang. I completely just lied to you a few minutes ago when I said we will save my rants for the end. Please, for the love of the gods of cinema, explain to me how holding a scratch and sniff card for me to, at a certain point in the film, give it a scratch and sniff it while I'm staring at the screen. Tell me how that immerses me into the film. Newsflash, doing things that would draw my eyes away from your screen during the movie will not immerse me in your film. Giving me treats is the quickest way to my heart, but it is the not quickest way to immersing me in your film. What the fuck are we doing here? Treats and scratch and sniff cards will help immerse viewers in the film. The film can just do that. You want to immerse me in the film, make sure the lights are dim and none of the speakers are busted. Just start there. And you can leave the blueberry fart spray at home. All right, because we'll get into this. They're not going to be lighting candles for you to set the ambiance in your theater. No, they're going to have some weird Glade plug-in, probably blowing blueberry scented poison into your theater for the immersion of it, because this worked so well 50 years ago when they tried it. And because no one reads A Brave New World, because it's admittedly not the most exciting read. It's like almost a mandatory read because of the historical influence, but it's not super fun. And honestly, not even as far as a story goes, not super great. You know, at one point, just Bernard's just like, yeah, we're done with Bernard. Anyway, back to here. The aroma will be activated at Alamo Theaters via Joya Studios, or is it Yoya? Yoya sounds much better, so we're gonna reread that. The aroma will be activated at Alamo Theaters via Yoya Studios atomization technology, which employs cold air diffusion to disperse scented molecules as fine, dry air without the use of heat, water, or alcohol. Yoya previously teamed with A24 to create candles based on the butt plug trophy in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And I bet that's a sentence our journalists never thought they'd write. I certainly thought I'd never read it. I'm thrilled that I got to read it out loud to all of you. I knew once I got to this point in the article that we would just be reading the article on the video. So you're welcome. In case you missed out on the butt plug trophy candles, maybe you can find them on eBay. I hope it's not too late for you. Back to the article. Heretic directors Scott Beck and Brian Woods said in a statement, the blueberry pie in Heretic is activated by Hugh Grant's Mr. Reed as a metaphor for blind faith and a disturbing reminder to question everything. When we first heard A24's bold idea to resurrect the multi-sensory experience to underline this crucial sequence, it made us howl with laughter. Duh, 'cause it's a silly-ass idea. Sorry, that was me editorializing for any of our audio listeners and for whom that was not apparent, okay? Back to the article. We're so excited that audiences have this unique opportunity to be immersed in the world of film. Frederick Bucciardi, founder of Yoya Studio, added that humor is really missing from the fragrance world by and large. Excuse me. I know one gothic bad boy in Casper, Wyoming that begs to differ. Someone who uses scent for humor quite frequently. All right. So again, just nobody doing their research out there. You think there's no funny smells in the world? I beg to differ. All right. Drive through a Midwestern state. Anywho, that scented candle is a main character in this film. Changes the state. Wait. Oh, sorry. I can't read, and therefore back to the article. That a scented candle is a main character in this film changes the stakes. Instead of irreverent creative expression, we are implicated in the experience and love it, Bachardy said in a statement. That seems to me they're comparing the butt plug candle to this and saying instead of being a gag that you can buy at Spencer Gifts, this time we're a villain with our science air coming into your nose to signify that the bad guy is in fact bad because apparently the movie on screen isn't going to do that. For what it's worth, I am still hyped about this movie, and that gets us to the end of this article. Admittedly, I'm being hyperbolic about the feelies, okay? I'm not really concerned that we're going into a technological dystopia because we're already there. We've been there for a minute. So what the hell, man? I'm just here for the ride. It is what it is. But Scent-O-Vision, Smell-O-Vision is, in my humble, bald opinion, pointless and not very fun. I think it's kind of stupid, okay? Can I use my mean words here for a minute? It does nothing for me if I'm at a movie with my milk duds and my popcorn and potentially a hot dog I got for $3 if it's the right day. The last thing I want is you stinking up the joint with the smell of blueberry Pop-Tarts. It's for one scene, it does nothing for me as a viewer to be like, oh, cool, it smells in here. Smells like that blueberry pie they're talking about. To me, the visual reveal of them noticing the candle is going to be all that it takes. You're probably going to have, based on what I've seen in the trailers, some great audio to go around that with the creaking of the floorboards and just some ominous tones that I think will be good. Just play the scene how it is. Now, for us traditional film goers, we don't have to worry about any of this, but this just seems like a waste of money and time, and at the very least, it's some marketing. So, to kind of talk myself out of my point here, the fact that we're covering it, the fact that Ethan Schanfeld wrote about it, is going to get more eyes on the project itself. Whether it's somebody like me shaking his fist at the clouds saying this is stupid, give me back my old movies, please. Or whether it's somebody who's interested who wants to see this played out further. I, for one, do not think that the sense of smell is required or, in fact, just an addition to the film-going experience at any point in time. Are you going to go to war movies and start having, like, the smell of gunpowder in the air and stuff so people can cough and shit and just blah, 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 blah. God, I had to leave the movie early. I couldn't breathe. It's just unnecessary to me, and I don't think that it adds anything. So let me know if you think I am wrong. I would love to hear your thoughts about this one in the comment section below, and let me know, would you be more excited? Is there a film out there, maybe a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a Willy Wonka reboot where we're going to go back to Smell-O-Vision that you'd be here for? You're like, I actually would love to see this utilized here. Let me know. I would love to hear about that. We will check it out in the comments section. And for those who have not only watched Oz and Agatha, but who have watched this Heretic preview review or just want to hear more about Mr. Hugh Grant, I have some bonus content for you right here, right now, an unadvertised part of the episode. Let's switch this over to a tweet from Discussing Film where Hugh Grant was asked if he carries darker roles in his mind for a long time, to which he sarcastically replied, I killed 3 people this afternoon. I feel awful about that. If you saw this week's Oz and Agatha, you would know that John Turturro, the former Carmine Falcone of the Batman came out of the woodwork to announce that this very successful show and this role that both he and Mark Strong have been praised for their interpretations of was something that he just felt icky about. He thought that the show portrayed too much violence against women as opposed to the movie where John's character himself enacts some of that violence against women. So I thought it was very fitting that essentially the same day that we talk about that, we see this post of Hugh Grant being asked if that bothers him. So I don't know if it was John's statements that brought this question out of our interviewer or if it just happens to be coincidence, but Hugh Grant, he can feel it. All right, he will no longer play another one of these darker roles because he just can't handle it mentally. I am kidding, of course, but there you have it, a little bonus clip here at the end. Let me know what you think. Whose side are you on? Are you on Team Totoro, or do you agree with me and some of the gang here over at dDweeb that when you're an actor, none of the stuff that those characters do is a portrayal of you. It doesn't represent you, who you are. It's part of the gig to play bad guys. So if you don't want to play a bad guy because mentally you don't like the headspace you have to get in, I think that's fine. But I think it's odd to say I didn't want to play this villain character because he did villainous things. Very, very interesting take from me. Again, when the studio and everyone around was happy to say, oh, it was a scheduling issue. He said, no, it wasn't. I did not want anything to do with you bums. So there you have it. One last call to action. If you are going to see Heretic either in a few days at a blueberry infused showing or at its release date on November 8th, let us know your hype levels. Go check out our preview review if you haven't yet, and you will hear all about my hype levels for the movie and how much we enjoyed the way that thing was edited, that trailer at least. So like and subscribe on your way out if you would. Bonus live show this week. We will have an extra rendition of Han Shot First. So if you're a fan of Star Wars news, make sure you have those notifications turned on as well so you don't miss us on Tuesday evening. We've got our usual Monday and Wednesday slots. So until next time, dweeb, enjoy the rest of your day or night, and we will see you next time.